dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by l'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, et par and by BioSteel.
Man, number 13, Eric Lajeunesse.
Welcome to U-Sports on CBC and the 2025 U-Sports Men's Soccer Championship. My name is Desmond Thomas, live at Varsity Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, as we get set to bring you today's matchup between the 7th-seeded and Canada West runners-up University of British Columbia Thunderbirds taking on the 2nd seed and RSEQ champion Montréal Carabins. So it's a rematch of last year's thrilling U-Sports gold medal game, and the UBC Thunderbirds come into this tournament as the only team in a 16-game schedule to go undefeated on a season, and following another classic Canada West Pacific v Prairie showdown between themselves and the Mount Royal Cougars. It was the 3rd straight season that those two teams faced each other in the finals, but UBC, unable to repeat as Canada West champions, will have the chance to compete for an even loftier prize and look to double up as U-Sports gold medalists. On the other side, the Montréal Carabins will stand firmly in their way as the 2025 RSEQ champions ride an 8-game unbeaten streak into this match. Their last loss on September the 28th versus UQTR. They're a high-flying team with 8 U-Sports medals under their belts, but the Carabins will have their hearts set on retribution this afternoon, as nothing would be as sweet as defeating the reigning champion Thunderbirds, the team that had them settle for silver in 2024.
And remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Veuillez vous lever pour écouter notre hymne national.
get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Délaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC on the campus of the University of Toronto and Varsity Stadium for this second quarterfinal matchup of the afternoon. The second-seeded Montréal Carabins and the seventh-seeded UBC Thunderbirds about ready to get rolling here in Toronto. So a couple players to keep watch of in this game. For the Carabins, it's Kalen Kalajoglu, the number 7, the RSEQ first-team All-Star this year from Notre-Dame de l'Île du Perrot. Scored 7 goals and 3 assists for 10 points in the regular season and had a goal and an assist in the RSEQ playoffs. On the other side, number 13, Eric La Jeunesse, is one of the big reasons why UBC allowed only 8 goals in the regular season, and he was a big part of that stringent defense and rightfully earned the Canada West Defensive Player of the Year award. And we are underway here in the second quarterfinal game of the day, the UBC Thunderbirds and the Montréal Carabins. Quickly underway here, UBC will win a throw-in on the far side of the pitch. And a throw-in to the top of the 6-yard box. It's chopped down here, and a crack towards goal is knocked away. And down the far side, UBC pressing here. And a nice move by Kalajoglu. Or check that, pardon me, Gobu. So UBC running from right to left in this game in their white kits, and the Carabins de Montréal from left to right on your screen in all blue. So that initial chance for UBC goes past the post, and Millie will get us back underway. Joaquin Millie out of Montreal, Quebec. 11 games played for him in the regular season this year. And it will be chopped back to him by Malo. Monday Jomez. As that ball sail out to touch. As they battle for the ball along the far touchline, Monday Jomez can't save the throw. It will be a throw-in for UBC deep in the attacking third. And a long ball into the 6-yard box is picked off by Joaquin Millie. And now the Carabins looking to press up the pitch. Some calls for a foul as Filion hit the deck. And him and McDuff will press this back four for UBC. There is Henry Gobu of the UBC Thunderbirds in his second year out of Vancouver, BC. An electric season for him. 6 goals, 5 assists for 8 points, and 2 goals against the Alberta Golden Bears in the Canada West playoffs. And a foul along the near side touchline. And Traore being called back here for a talking to, as he was far too overzealous on the challenge. We'll see it here. Oh yeah, just no ball at all. And a strong Carabin presence here in the stands at Varsity Stadium, urging on their Montreal squad as that's played up along the far touchline. Forced to play back. So UBC, the runners-up in Canada West this year, unable to get it done against the Mount Royal University Cougars for the second time in 3 seasons that they've met in the playoffs. And UBC besting MRC only once back in 2024, so unable to repeat as Canada West champions. But they can this year as U Sports gold medalists, as it was a tight gold medal game last year between these two teams at Ontario Tech University. And Jovan Mann, who scored the game winner in stoppage time and extra time, is what sealed UBC's fate in that one. On a wet and windy day. Conditions a lot nicer here in Toronto right now, but chilly outside. It's about 5 degrees with a good amount of wind swirling. Join U Sports on CBC for wall-to-wall coverage of the beautiful game as the 8 best women's university teams are in Hamilton this weekend for the U Sports Women's Soccer Championship. Catch every moment of the exciting action from McMaster University. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. And UBC pressing here. Cutting back in the midfield is Jovan Mann, and it's claimed by Mealy. Joaquim Mealy. And now swung to the far side, Juanze Jomez. Chopped forward by Norman. And headed away from danger by Malo. And now still battling for the ball. Fillon has to go into the splits to knock it back, as he was well far back in a defending position, as he's now occupied the striker's role where he's usually found. Wesley Eve Juanze Jomez with the throw-in. One assist on the season. And now, the Carabins move it up the pitch. Here's El Harashi. Swings the ball through, trying to turn with it. And now a chance for Fillon. A half chance. And now swung to the back post. Ranging after the ball is Kalajoglu. So Filion making good defensive plays at one end and coming back and getting a good chance towards the goal, but the kick will have to be retaken. La Jeunesse gets us back underway, and it's knocked forward by Jack Gardner, the goaltender of choice for Mike Mosier's squad this season. And in this game, played in 11 games, and was the only goaltender to appear in the Canada West playoffs for the UBC Thunderbirds. So not quite as a fast and furious pace to start the game as we had in our first quarterfinal of the day. Both teams still trying to feel each other out at the moment. Teams that are well acquainted, though, with a lot of returning players from last year's rosters. UBC up through the midfield. Norman was chopped down, and it's back with Puhal. Through the midfield, a bit of a tug on the shirt of Jovan Mann, but he got the ball through. Finding Norman, and it's swatted back to Kaiser. Kaiser, a long ball into the box, and leaping to claim it was Joachim Mealy, and that looked dangerous from distance. Keep an eye on the UBC skipper, Marcus Kaiser. We'll hear more from him during our halftime segment, as that ball is chipped over the top by Traore and sent forward. McDuff lays that ball off, and El Harashi unable to turn with it cleanly. It'll sail out to touch. Take a look at that last chance by Kaiser as it was going to sneak under the bar. Millie had to be careful with that. Kobuzi called on the foul, and a yellow card coming out here for the Carabins skipper. So an early yellow in the game for for Sebastian Kobuzi. It'll be La Jeunesse to get us back underway.
Card
11 minutes gone here in the first half. No score between the UBC Thunderbirds and the Montréal Carabins, and a throw-in on the near side touchline for Nicolas Nadeau. CBC is your home for the Vanier Cup playoffs. Catch the 2025 UTEC and Mitchell Bowls next Saturday beginning at noon Eastern Time, and the 60th Vanier Cup Championship game from Mosaic Stadium in Regina at 2 p.m. Eastern on November 22nd. Catch complete coverage of the Vanier Cup on CBC Television, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. And a throw-in deep in their attacking third for the UBC Thunderbirds. It'll be taken long by Marcus Puhal. Chopped away at the top of the 6-yard box, but the attack's still on, and that deflects off of Kalen Kalajoglu. That ball will roll out to touch, and it will be a goal kick for Millie. So the Université de Montréal Carabins had a regular season of 7-2-3, second place in the RSEQ. Of course, the UQTR Patriote finished in first. That's why they have a berth into the U Sports Championship as well. But the Carabins with 24 points. And since joining U Sports in 2001, have medaled 8 times. And at the U Sport Championships, their last gold medal back in 2021. And their last medal in general in 2022, that was a bronze medal. And they have medaled in these tournaments for 4 straight years, 2021 straight through to 2024, as they picked up the silver medal last year. And now they press here. Pat Raimondo, coach for the Carabins in his 25th season. Have also led the Carabins to 25 gold medals in the RSEQ. That's a good step up from Malo. Another Carabins trying to push forward. Back the other way. Filion unable to advance it any further. It'll be a throw-in along the far touchline for UBC. La Jeunesse. And now Nadeau is taken down, and Filion will be called on the foul. So Filion making his mark in all sorts of areas of the game, and is going to have a bit of a talking to from the official right now. As he came steaming in from the far side, the only player applying real pressure and just clipped the inside leg of La Jeunesse. That's headed forward by Malo. And now in the midfield, it's taken up. McDuff shrugging off a challenge and lays it off to the near flank. Traore crosses the ball in, top of the 18, it'll fall. And unable to connect cleanly with it was El Harashi. Juanze Jomez. They'll try the far side now. It's headed away, the top of the 6-yard box by Pujol. And UBC does control out to center in the midfield. Steaming to the near side to try to keep the ball in is Malo, and he does. Kabuzi lifts it forward, but Filion unable to keep the ball in play. Kabuzi. We'll reset with Bouchamela, excuse me. Played also for the McGill Redbirds during his university career. Did Bilal Bouchamela, and is now in his 4th year at the Université de Montréal from Montreal, Quebec. La Jeunesse. Another Carabin. Try to lift that ball out to center. Appeals for handball, but nothing coming from the official. As Nadeau leaves that off for Norman. Tracking back into the midfield. And that pass is nicely picked off, but another foul called against the Carabins. It will go against number 21, Sammy McDuff. take another look at that here as La Jeunesse played that through, and so it is La Jeunesse who got clipped along the near side, but his teammate Nicolas Nadeau waved off the athletic therapists that were about to make their way out onto the field, so not too serious for La Jeunesse, and Nadeau will get us back underway. No score in the second quarterfinal game of the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. Juanze Jomez. And now Malo on the near side. Here's Traore. Plays it up to El Harashi and makes a nice move to get past Nadeau. Now Bellum into the 18-yard box. Oh, it's in! What a finish! And as we said, Filion making his mark all over this game early in the first half. Opens the scoring with an acrobatic finish. And a beautiful ball through and a side-footed volley from Filion. And just an excellent assist from Zachary Belhamri as well. So yeah, all props to Belhamri for that. For all the work he did along the near side touchline, able to get loose from a couple of challenges and then send the ball in. But that is a goal scorer's finish from Filion, Maxime Filion, out of Rockland. And plays for Forge FC also in the CPL. At 3 goals in the regular season. And the 2 top teams in Canadian football descend on Mosaic Stadium in Regina for the 60th Vanier Cup, Saturday, November 22nd. Get your tickets for the party on the prairies by visiting usportstickets.ca. The 2025 Vanier Cup on November 22nd in Regina. Chase the glory. So 20 minutes gone here in this quarterfinal number 2, and the Carabins looking to exact some revenge on the defending U Sports gold medalists. UBC trying to respond. Here's it sent through and scored! All knotted up at 1. Finished off by Theo Afwerk. And just like that, the gold medalists are back in it. And a loose ball in the box, chopped forward first by Luke Norman, and then off the rebound, Theo Afwerk. 4 goals and 4 assists in the regular season, and gets the biggest of the year to knot the game up at 1 goal apiece. Theo Afwerk, the rookie, named to the 2025 All-Rookie squad, coming up huge for the Thunderbirds here. So back on even terms, but Filion trying to change that as the Carabins press, and that will not be called a foul, and UBC will press up again. Mealy will watch that safely back into the 18-yard box and distribute to Malo. Traore on the near side, neatly cut off there by Mann. And now the ball in the midfield. And a great sliding tackle there by Malo to knock the ball. It comes to Filion. El Harashi. And through to the top of the 18, but good communication between Bouchamela And Joachim Mili has the ball now. Top of the 18 for the Montréal Carabins. Filion, a chance here, gets taken down. And all that comes from that is a goal kick. Filion taken down in the 18-yard box, but the referee not pointing to the spot, pointing and only awarding a goal kick. Take another look at that here as the ball was won back, and well, Montréal definitely has a case there, because, and as you see the Carabin faithful in the crowd, that looked like a penalty to me. But Filion if he wasn't already, and I've said it quite a few times before, has been all over this game, and now in dramatic fashion. Down in the 18-yard box, but no penalty awarded. And La Jeunesse is down on the turf again for UBC. So he went down on the near sideline about 5-6 minutes ago. So hopefully these are unrelated incidents. But La Jeunesse, such an important pillar of the back line, and UBC played every minute of every game this past season, and he's going to be helped off. And we'll have to act as an observer, at least for the moment, as he gets tended to on the near sideline. So that'll add some stoppage time to the end of the first half for sure, as we're 25 minutes through the game here, and a 1-1 game it is. That's headed forward and chopped down in the midfield, but stepping up and drawing a foul. And that will be another card, this time against Joven Mann, as Balamri went spinning down to the turf. La Jeunesse will be able to come back in the game. Take another look at that here, as just a sliding and blatant foul. But excellent pressure by Zachary Balamri to hustle over to win that ball back. And Joven Mann heads into the official's book. So Xavier Malo will take this free kick. 1 goal in the regular season for him, played all 12 games. In his first year out of Longueuil, Quebec. And that free kick attempt is not too threatening for Jack Garner, and he'll distribute short. Take a look at the Montréal faithful there. Some of the teammates not in the lineup today as well, showing their school spirit, and you love to see it. And hopefully you can hear it as well, if our mics are picking up their singing and chanting. Montréal in possession. That's chopped forward, and ranging after the ball is Kalajoglu. Worked over by Gobu. On the far side as the two number 7s collide. And UBC now in possession of the ball. A couple shirts being tugged on the far sideline, and the foul will be called. as Kamisa was in a bit of a wrestling match just around the 40-yard marker, and had been for a good 8-10 seconds or so as he jockeyed for position, and does get the benefit of a foul called and a free kick here for UBC. Take a look at that here as he was all tied up with Bushamela. As that's taken long into the 18-yard box, headed away. And cleared by Kalajoglu. Sent right back into danger. But calmly, Traore able to knock that. And now a nice ball played up from Kalajoglu. Looking to connect with El Arshali. And as we get a throw in, a quick message from one of our sponsors. Welcome back here to Varsity Stadium. 1-1 game between UBC and Montreal. A goal in the 19th minute to open it from Filion. A beautiful side-footed volley, and then a couple minutes later to tie the game, Theo Afwerk, the rookie. And that shot from Kalajoglu sails over top of the bar. Keelan Kalajoglu named to the RSEQ First Team All-Star. Jack Garner plays a long ball to the far side, and UBC in possession of the ball, and advantage played momentarily and then called back. So another foul called. It will go against Wanze Jomez. As Henry Gobu, the one to hit the deck. And they'll form a pile at the top of the 18-yard box. Standing over the ball momentarily is Nicolas Nadeau. But heading off the field was Jovan Mann. As UBC, I believe, is playing only with 10 men at the moment. Knocked forward, and Gobu! What a chance! As he just heads it over top of the bar. And he knows he should have done better with that, as it was a sublime delivery from Nadeau. And flicked on by Gobu. If he could have gotten the angle right just a bit. But the Carabins able to escape unscathed from that press. Now through the midfield, slicing through. Space on the near side, and Traore, the ball at his feet. Belhamri plays catch with Traore. Now Kalajoglu. Oh, that's a loose ball. And El Arshali unable to keep the ball in play. It'll be a throw in here for Nadeau. And yes, so CBU still with only 10 men on the pitch right now. as Jovan Mann is getting some repairs on the far touchline. Looks like he might be replacing a cleat or a shin pad. I'm not quite sure. But it's a whole operation over there. Nonetheless, it will be Nadeau on the near side. Long throw in taken here by Traoré and sent through. Only as far as La Jeunesse. In the midfield. Onto the ball was Max Camisa, but in an offside position, so the flag is raised. And heading back out onto the field is Jovan Mann, so UBC back up to 10 men, and or 11 men I should say, 10 men and a goalkeeper. That gets past Kaiser on the far side, and Montreal will attack here. El Harshali. How does that go off the inside of the left boot? And it's gathered up by Garner. Oh, great step up from Filion on the near sideline to keep the press in deep. It'll be a throw-in for UBC, but this is where Montreal should really try to choke off this near sideline, and they are. With 7 or 8 jerseys in the close vicinity. Camisa gets out of it though. And now UBC, with everybody on Montreal over on the near side, has to switch the field and now have space to work with. Comes back to Jovan Mann. Swings it in. A chance at the far post, and that is headed away. Loose ball again, kicked away. Great save by Mili. Down to the turf to kick that ball away. That was a nice chance for Afewerk. Looking for his second of the game. Swung through along the deck by Nadeau, and that's cut off by Traoré. But out to touch it goes, and UBC will look to take this throw in quickly. Nadeau, bodied here by Traoré along the far touchline as the two number 8s collide. Goes off the back of Afewerk. Stays in play though. Jovan Mann can't get to the ball. Goes off of him, and it will be a throw in. Oh, pardon me. I thought it went off of Jovan Mann. Might have gone off last. Bellamry. So the throw in goes to UBC again. Nadeau looking for an option. Norman. Space here. Swings it to the far side. Gobu tries to keep that ball in along the far touchline. Does well. Wanda Jomez wrapped that ball over him. Now into the midfield. That's slotted forward. Top of the 18. And Afewerk unable to get loose from a challenge. Norman into the midfield. Jovan Mann tries to sift that ball through. Oh! And it looked like it was a high foot, but Malo connected his head with the ball. The high foot from the UBC player didn't connect with Malo. And now UBC will get a free kick at just around the 40-yard marker. Take another look at that here from the perspective of the fans in attendance. It looked like it had been a foot to the forehead of Malo, but not the case, as he bravely got his head in the way and cleared the ball away from danger. As UBC takes the the free kick short, I should say, comes to the top of the 18-yard box, and a wall of blue rushing to block that strike attempt. Back to the top of the box, a couple of players rise, and finally it's cleared away from danger by Bushamela. Throwing again for UBC. Gobu trying to get loose. Good pressure there by El Harshali. So the free kick will be taken by Joachim Mili. He'll leave it off for Bushamela and get it right back. Now a long ball. Through the midfield. Chance here for UBC, but it fizzles out as the ball comes back to Mili. And Mili taking as long as he possibly could to gather that ball up and get us back underway. But does not have the benefit of the lead anymore, as Fillion's goal only stood for a couple of minutes before it got tied up by Afework. El Harshali. And that strike from the top of the 18 is blocked, as Kalajoglu couldn't get that through. And now over to the far side, UBC. Oh, that's a nice turn from Gobu as he pulls the ball forward, but well offside are the Thunderbirds. And now a word from one of our sponsors.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
So as we hit the 40-minute mark in this first half, it's still a 1-1 draw between the UBC Thunderbirds and the Carabins de Montréal. 2 goals midway through the first half are why we're deadlocked at 1. Now here's Traore on the near side. A bit of room to work with here as he plays a long ball up, but unable to keep it in play is Sammy McDuff. It'll be a throw-in for Nicolas Nadeau on the near sideline. Also named a 2025 All-Rookie. Now Fillon, top of the 18, nearly a chance to break through. McDuff slings his body at the ball and has that sent sailing over the bar, but what a last-ditch effort from McDuff, as that play seam dead on arrival, but managed to get something out of it. That ball sails out to touch. It'll be a throw-in for the Carabins. Joven man, a bit of gamesmanship. And it's taken by Traore. El Harshali. And Traore. Switch spots. Now UBC. Up the near side. And that sails out again, so Montreal, some great pressure here in the last few moments of the first half, as UBC unable to get out of their own half, let alone the attacking third for the Carabins. Ooh, and McDuff once again threw his body at the ball, and he comes away with it into the 18-yard box. El Harshali, and cleared away from danger again. It will be another throw-in. Nadeau Had to shoulder check and be careful there as he plays it up the near side, and it's out to touch again. So Montreal really feeling it right now at the end of the first half. And now another word from one of our sponsors.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Traoré, a long ball into a scrum of players, and finally UBC able to clear it over the halfway line. Just as quickly taken back in by Montreal. Traoré, oh, fancy footwork along the near side line, and another nice move as he breaks in. Traoré looking across the ball, across the face of goal, and he can't pull it through the legs of Nicolas Nadeau as he was going for the nutmeg. The ball tipped up to the top of the box. A couple of players collide and go down. Filion, one of those players, and a UBC player as well, down to the turf. Theo Afwork seems to be in some discomfort as well. As Filion is a big body to contest with. Take a look at it here, and it's Gobu. Oh, who gets the brunt of that as Filion landed on top of him. See him favoring his right leg, I believe. But back up to his feet, and it's another throw-in for the Carabins. We'll have a few more minutes of time added on at the end, I'm sure. As Traoré sails that to the top of the box. Coming in is Wande Jomez. And he'll dance with that along the far side. Wande Jomez. The ball's at the top of the 18-yard box, headed forward, Filion. Wande Jomez again, trying to cross that ball, but his second touch a bit too heavy, and it sails out past the goal line. So we've hit the 45-minute mark. And we'll have 3 minutes of added time to conclude the first half. But the Carabins really putting on the pressure at the end of this first half. Hemmed in their own half for the UBC Thunderbirds for about 5 minutes to conclude this half. And here come the Carabins again. El Harashi pulled off stride, fires it towards the goal, and it was rolling along the deck. Garner will get us back underway. And now to the near side. Here's Traoré. Receives the ball well and now tries to turn on the Jets. Traoré still going along the near side line, but his touch there once again a bit too heavy. And a throw in for UBC deep in their own territory. That ball's cut down by Afwork, who's taken down along the 40-yard line, and it's going to be a foul. The two number 8s colliding. Belomri issued a yellow card for that collision. And this time, the athletic therapists have to come out onto the pitch to tend to Theo Afwork,
And yellow card has been assessed to Montreal,
the 2025 All-Rookie. So in the Canada West playoffs, the University of British Columbia Thunderbirds, if you take another look at that, that is a heavy collision. And Belomri is, I think, lucky to get away with just a yellow on that collision. That was acrobatic, the way that Afwerk went up into the air. But UBC, through their 3 playoff games in Canada West, beat the Alberta Golden Bears 2-0 in the quarterfinal on Friday, October the 24th. On October the 26th, a 1-0 win against the University of Fraser Valley Cascade. And then on Saturday, November 1st, pardon me, it was a 2-1 loss at the hands of the Mount Royal Cougars. As we're back underway, and UBC crossing that into the top of the 6, and that's chopped away from danger. Kalajoglu plays it up and out. And we'll have a bit more than 3 minutes added on at the end of this first half. Now, after that big collision that sent Afwerk to the turf. Or perhaps not, because that'll do it for the first 45 minutes of play. And that was a well-played first half. It's 1-1 after. And the play got started off by a beautiful goal from Maxime Filion, but only a few moments later it was followed up by Theo Afwerk, and that's why we have this game knotted up at 1 goal apiece. So after the break, it is the U Sports halftime report, where we'll spend some time with Marcus Kaiser and Sebastian Kabuzzi. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe, no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Unbelievable! History has repeated itself! Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC on the campus of the University of Toronto at Varsity Stadium. My name is Desmond Thomas. It is 1-1 after the first 45 minutes of play, the Université de Montréal and the UBC Thunderbirds. And we'll take a look here at Marcus Kaiser.
Hi, my name is Marcus Kaiser. I am in my 5th year of chemical and biological engineering at UBC, and I am a fullback. Started in soccer, my family was a big soccer family. Both my parents played college soccer. I had an older brother who was 2 years older than me who was also playing soccer, so I was playing soccer since I was basically 2 years old. Ever since I could walk, I was kicking a ball basically. So I would say my style of play, for most of my time at UBC, I've been a midfielder. And so I'd say my style of play, I'm the guy who typically is running a lot. I'm pretty aggressive. Win a lot of second balls in the midfield typically when I'm playing. I'm a very senior guy, so I like to say that I bring a lot of experience to this team. I think success in a university program, beyond the wins and losses, is being part of a really good team, being part of a team culture that everybody has each other's backs. Everybody here, since I've been a part of this team, everybody's working hard for each other, and I think it's a success if you can say that if you come out of this program a better person, a better player, if you've improved yourself. I think that would be a really good metric of success personally and as a team as well, if you can improve throughout the year, even if it's not through wins and losses. I would say I definitely look up to my older brother. He was 2 years older than me, and I was fortunate enough to play on the UBC soccer team with him for about 2 years. I started in 2020, and that was the COVID year, but then I had 2 seasons with him in 2021, 2022, where he was the captain, and he was somebody that I really looked up to, obviously as an older brother, but also as a player on the field. Like he was playing right back, and I was in the midfield, and now I'm playing right back. So maybe more so, I'm still looking up to him. Definitely a privilege to be able to play with him at university.
Let's see what happens next.
It's a 1-1 draw here at Varsity Stadium between the Carabins de Montréal and the UBC Thunderbirds. And now it's time to spend 2 minutes with Sebastian Kabuzzi of the Montreal Carabins.
Fans, give it up for all of our contestants.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Unbelievable! History has repeated itself! Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
My name is Sebastian Kabuzzi. I study computer science at the Université de Montréal. I'm a midfielder for the Carabins. I got started in soccer through my dad. I started at a super young age, 4 or 5 years old. And since then, in my family, friends, I've always enjoyed playing. I think success in this context also applies to, the friendships we make and, other things we learn outside of soccer, like determination, teamwork, all these things really apply. Well, I'd say they helped me just through confidence, just telling me I'm good enough, telling me I could be better, and believing in what they're saying and applying it afterwards. I think togetherness was a big thing for us this year. Our regular season didn't go as smoothly as we initially wanted it to. But you know, towards the end, when it became most important, the guys really came together and, you know, won games that were most important. My greatest accomplishment would be to have the honor of wearing the armband for this team, and you know, just being part of such a great program that's been successful for so many years, and being a key element in that is a big honor. I think the key thing to being a youth sports athlete is the organization. It's obviously super tough, the demand we have to be on the field, the amount of hours we have to put, along with, you know, some very tough degrees that some of our players are doing. So there isn't much time left outside of that for your free time, so organizing your time is super key. I'm looking forward to having great moments with my team and winning it all Sunday.
Farming families in Ontario, just the powers who care about their hands, about providing a good, quality, nutritious, and affordable food product. Make a choice that supports local and ensures quality that you can trust. Choose EQA.
So a big thanks to Marcus Kaiser and Sebastian Kabuzzi for lending their time to those videos there. So when we come back, it'll be a look back at the first half of today's game with highlights, stats, and more. The UBC Thunderbirds and the Montréal Carabins are locked in a 1-1 draw here in quarterfinal number 2 of the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Where exceptional student athletes are born. Where records are broken. Where great plays are made. Where school colors ignite passion. Where champions prevail. Where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
U Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, et par and by BioSteel.
Vidéo lors des championnats canadiens U-Sport à travers le pays. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux ou visitez usport.ca.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC and the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. We'll take a look here at this championship, seeding the Toronto Varsity Blues in first place, the OUA champions, the Carabins de Montréal, the RSCQ champions in second, the Dalhousie Tigers, who just dropped a disappointing 5-1 loss against York, came in as the third seed. The Mount Royal Cougars at the fourth seed spot as the Canada West champions, and then 5 through 8 ranked Cape Breton, York, UBC, and the UQTR Patriot. So we'll take a look here at some of the great plays of Maxime Filion through the first half, the player of the first half, and that was just a gorgeous finish. A side-footed volley into the bottom right corner. Have to shout out a great assist as well to Belomri, but Maxime Filion making his presence known in a lot of ways through that first half. Offense could have had a penalty kick that went uncalled, coming back to defend as well. So Maxime Filion, an all-around fantastic first half for him. So as the teams retake the field, the Carabins de Montréal will be looking for some revenge over these UBC Thunderbirds, who in last year's match stole a victory from the Montréal Carabins. At least that's what they would say, and that's what their fans would say, and that's what some of the discourse after the game said as well. Some people believe that UBC were the better team in that final matchup in 2024, but it was Montreal, but it was UBC who came out with the gold medal. So both teams looking to prove something here this afternoon. UBC that indeed they were the rightful winners of last year's tournament, as it was Jovan Mann who scored the game-winning goal in extra time, in stoppage time, in basically the last kick of the game, because after that goal went in, the Carabins de Montréal had one last possession towards goal. And as that was headed away from the top of the box, the final whistle sounded. So there was really no time left for any chances in that game. It was unbelievable that Jovan Mann could find the back of the net on that windy, cold, and rainy day at Ontario Tech University. But the Carabins de Montréal today have a huge opportunity to sort of flip the script and knock out this UBC Thunderbirds from a chance at going back-to-back as gold medalists. CBC is your home for the Vanier Cup playoffs. Catch the 2025 UTEC and Mitchell Bulls next Saturday, beginning at noon Eastern Time, and the 60th Vanier Cup Championship game from Mosaic Stadium in Regina at 2 p.m. Eastern on November 22nd. Catch complete coverage of the Vanier Cup on CBC Television, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. So as you take a look here at the UBC Thunderbirds, spurred on at the back by their goaltender Jack Garner, a 6'1" imposing third-year player out of Victoria, BC. Last team was played also for Pacific FC and started in 11 games this season for the Thunderbirds, and they're going to have him come up very big in this game as they're up against the high-flying RCQ champion Montréal Carabins, who scored 32 goals in the regular season, tying UQTR for the most goals scored in the 2024 RCQ season. And as these players are rearing to go here on this brisk day in Toronto, Ontario, we are back underway here in the second half of this U Sports quarterfinal match. The Montréal Carabins and UBC Thunderbirds deadlocked for now at 1 goal apiece.
Number 14, Kenton Twill in for number 21, Sammy McDuff. And number 22, Oreen Cohen in for number 10, Montaïr El Shali.
So Gobu and Wanze Jomez collide. Wanze Jomez unable to keep the ball in along the near side touchline.
Sammy McDuff, remplacé par numéro 14, Quentin Tui. Et numéro 10, Montaïr El Shali, remplacé par numéro 22, Oreen Cohen.
So Oreen Cohen and Quentin Tui in for the Montréal Carabins.
Substitution par les
And we'll get more substitutions as they become apparent.
Theo Eefwerk, remplacé par numéro 6, Yusuan Huang.
And Theo Eefwerk comes out of the game for the UBC Thunderbirds, replaced by number 6, Yusuan Yan. And the ball comes back to Millie, but we have an injured Thunderbird over on the far side of the pitch. And the starts of these halves have been absolutely catastrophic in terms of injured players. Not sure if it's because of the cold coming back into the game after sitting for 15 minutes or not having a proper warm-up before the first half or what have you, but Nadeau down to the turf and is going to have to step off to the sideline holding his head, so that's going to have to be taken very seriously, as we've already had a couple of head issues in the game prior to this one when Dalhousie took on York. And it will be a drop ball for Millie to get us back underway here in the second half. Millie up the far sideline. Jovan Man got a shoulder to it and heads it along. Gobu through the middle. Kamisa now lurking in the top striker position for the UBC Thunderbirds, as that's a long throw in taken by Traore on the far side, and the flag is up as a foul is called against the Carabins, as they seem to be pressing there, but it won't go their way. UBC will get a free kick and Garner will take it. Seven degrees here in Toronto, Ontario. Wind gusts up to 29 kilometers an hour. Oh, and that's a big step up there on the far side of the pitch. And it will be another free kick for Garner. Chance here for Filion, but he's dispossessed. It's taken away from him by Nadeau. Now up along the near side touchline. That's headed forward by Bushamela. Number 19, Adriano Carvalho Nunez into the game as well for UBC. Only played one game through the regular season for the Thunderbirds, and now UBC pressing here. Gobu. A bouncing ball in the 18-yard box. Tries to clear it back to the far side, and now it's at the hands of the back four, but given away to Filion. A chance here for Montreal to counter. Wanze Jomez along the near side touchline. Kalajoglu back to Wanze Jomez. Bushamela will switch the field. Malo right back across. Kalajoglu up to Wanze Jomez. And switching the field again to a Wide open far flank. Now taken down in the midfield by Jovan Mann, but he's worked over by Maxime Filion. Luke Norman trying to pull that into himself, but he was closed on quickly by Traore. That will be another throw-in for UBC. Nadeau has that roll at the touch. Another throw-in for the T-Birds. Join U Sports on CBC for wall-to-wall coverage of the beautiful game as the 8 best women's university teams are in Hamilton this week for the U Sports Women's Soccer Championship. Catch every moment of the exciting action from McMaster University. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. And now UBC controlling in the midfield. Puha. Over to Marcus Kaiser on the near side, looking for an overlapping run from Yuan. And that ball does just roll out to touch. Through the midfield. Chopped down by Puhal. And through the midfield, that's given away right to Bushamela. Taken down neatly on the far side. A bit of a shove from Nadeau, but it goes uncalled. Norman unable to keep the ball in, and now a big chance here for the Carabins, and a free kick called 4 yards outside the 18-yard box. 22 feet from goal. The Carabins will have a chance to break the deadlock. It will be Kalen Kalajoglu to stand over top of the ball. In his first year, had 7 goals and 3 assists for 10 points. And a goal and an assist in the RSCQ playoffs, and now a chance to give his team the lead in this U Sport quarterfinal. Kalajoglu just over top of the bar. As Garner watched that sail rather confidently, about 4 inches over top of the net. As the crowd here at Varsity Stadium getting a bit rowdy, UBC and Allez, Allez, Allez chants battling against each other. Brennan first into the game for the UBC Thunderbirds. That's some great one-touch passing from the T-Birds as they move it up the far side. Up is Kamisa, watched by Traore. Kamisa plays it back up top, and that long ball coming into the back post, and a diving header by Yun is scooped up by Millie, but that was some excellent building up of play from the UBC Thunderbirds, some of the best we've seen in the tournament already. And there was Kamisa leaving that off, and that great ball through, and the second year, Yu Swan Yun heading that towards the goal. Filion sandwiched, but he somehow came out unscathed. And now the ball at the top of the 18-yard box, far corner. Belhamri tries to switch it back into the midfield, but it's taken back by the Thunderbirds, now through the middle of the pitch. Gobu, a great ball through to the far side, but Nadeau just a couple paces behind. CBC is your home for the Vanier Cup playoffs. Catch the 2025 UTEC and Mitchell Bowls next Saturday beginning at noon Eastern Time, and the 6th Vanier Cup Championship game from Mosaic Stadium in Regina at 2 p.m. Eastern on November 22nd. Catch complete coverage of the Vanier Cup on CBC Television, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. Juanze Jomez on the near sideline, headed forward by Marcus Kaiser. Gobu all wrapped up by Bushamela, but somehow got past. And the offside flag is raised as Kamisa was trying to turn with that ball, but he was a few steps ahead of the play. Chants of Allez les Bleus ring out at Varsity Stadium as Montréal moves the ball up the far side of the pitch. Oh, and that's going to be a foul against Quentin Thuy. And an unfortunate foul to take in the attacking third as La Jeunesse goes down. And he's gone down quite a few times, and that's another hard tumble to the turf for him today. And just favoring that right leg. So we'll keep an eye on that as the tournament unfolds. Kaiser through the midfield. It skips past Sebastian Kabuzi. And now Gobu gets past one. Juanze Jomez, and now into the 6-yard box, and a diving clearance by Malo. Fantastic athleticism to knock that ball away. And now UBC threatening again, but the ball's taken back. Montreal in possession. Filion lays it off, and it ping-pongs around, and it's finally cleared back to La Jeunesse. It will be a throw-in to be taken by Nicolas Nadeau. Over the head of Traoré and poked forward by Filion, but couldn't connect with his intended recipient. And Quentin Thuy. Mili. His goal kick up to the midline. And Gobu tries to bring that ball down. Knocked over the top for Thuy, and he's gets sent down to the turf. No foul called there on Adriano Calveira Nunez. That's some nice touch passing along the sideline from UBC. Kabuzi has it back for Montreal. And Nadeau not letting Thuy turn on the far touchline. Gobu will be called on the foul. Montreal looking to take it quickly, but also a conversation with Kabuzi from the official. Take a look at that here as there was a collision between a couple of players, but Kabuzi might have said something after the fact that drew the attention of the referee. The ball is punted forward by Bushamela and knocked forward again by Bellamri. Norman. Through the midfield, and that's a nice ball through for Gobu, but he gets spilled along with Bushamela. And all that will result is a throw-in on the near side. Both players seemingly going to the turf unwarranted or untouched by the other. Maybe just a sticky bit of grass down there. Off the throw, and that's headed away to the top of the box. Filion pressing forward, and he will get it clear all the way down the pitch. The two top teams in Canadian football descend on Mosaic Stadium in Regina for the 60th Vanier Cup, Saturday, November 22nd. Get your tickets for the party on the prairies by visiting usportstickets.ca. The 2025 Vanier Cup on November 22nd in Regina. Chase the glory. And an offside flag raised there at the 31-yard line.
Substitution for Montreal. Into play, number 13, Omar El Kalkouli.
So a substitution for the Carabins. Number 13, Omar El Kalkouli into the game for Montreal as that ball is through into the box and appeals for handball.
Omar El Kalkouli.
Are warranted as also an offside flag raised. Garner gets us back underway. A thundering goal kick. Up the near sideline, Gobu. Nice ball through to Kamisa. But unable to string three passes together on that occasion. Spinning back with it is Cohen. And now on the near side, Wanze Jomez has to protect it. Taken down by Gobu. And that will be a foul called against the CBU number 7. Not too happy about it. And neither of the UBC fans in attendance, but as that ball is played up along the far side, Traore gets to it, fires it in, and Garner out to claim it. That long ball is headed forward by Wanze Jomez. And Jan in the midfield tries to advance. Kaiser drops it back, and then it's punted forward by Bushamela. Puhal trying to get it clear. It goes off the side of his boot. That drew some jeers from the Montreal faithful in attendance. As that throw-in taken by Wanze Jomez, and Bushamela will reset. Here's Malo. Malo, second team All-Star in 2025. As Jan plays that ball through Gobu. A bit of a stumble, couldn't get past Bushamela. And that ball will roll out. It will be a throw-in for UBC deep in the attacking third. .65 minutes gone here in this second quarterfinal of the opening day of the U Sports Men's Soccer Championship on CBC. A 1-1 draw between UBC and the Montreal Carabins. Ball through the legs of the official, and the follow-up strike from Jovan Mann is sailed wide of the left post. Neither team in their respective RACQ playoffs and Canada West playoffs went to penalty kicks or even extra time, as UBC dispatched the Golden Bears 2-0 University of Fraser Valley Cascade 1-0, but then lost in the final to the Cougars 2-1. And the Carabins 2-0 in the RSQ playoffs. A 2-1 win against the Sherbrooke Vert et Or, and a 2-0 win in the final against the Laval Rouge et Or. As that is played back to Garner. And chopped through the midfield. Trying to turn with the ball is Omar El Kalkouli. And the referee's assistant instantly flagging that down on the far touchline. As El Kalkouli looking for the overlap. It's held on to, and then, Jovan Mann sticks the leg out. And Cohen goes tumbling. So it will be another free kick for the Carabins. Kalai Joglu will stand over top of the ball looking to whip this in. So a brief conversation with the official, and Kalai Joglu set to take it. The RSAQ first team All-Star. 10 points in the regular season, and he whips this ball in top of the 6, and it's cleared away from danger. Turning with it is Cohen, and it's out to touch.
Carte jaune. Au Carabin Montréal, numéro 2, Julien Delis.
Kaiser will take this throw in long, looking to connect with Gobu, but it's punted forward by Wanze Jomez. And then in the middle of the pitch, taken down was Brennan First. And as we sort that out, we'll have a word from one of our sponsors.
Substitution pour les Thunderbirds d'UBC. Numéro 21, Nicolas Lano, remplacé par numéro 3, Joshua Tomei.
So Joshua Tomei into the game for the UBC Thunderbirds. As Kalai Joglu tries to sift that through to Filion, and doggedly trying to win the ball back alongside Tui. Yuan on the near sideline, and the free kick will be called in favor of the Thunderbirds, but Luke Norman trying to take it quickly as the ball called back. As Filion did play it back to where the foul occurred. And now we're underway. Kaiser. A long ball looking for Gobu. And out of the corner appeals that it was his ball, but Gobu, his protest will go. And it will be an unsatisfactory ending for him. As we've hit 70 minutes in this contest, still a 1-1 draw between the UBC Thunderbirds and the Montréal Carabins. 2 goals in the first half, back-to-back basically. Filion in the 19th minute, and Theo Afork, who sits on the bench right now in the 21st. And now the Carabins trying to press here. Cohen, a chance at the top, but his first touch was not quite on the mark. And he couldn't gather it up and fire it home. Now contested ball in the midfield, knocked forward by Kabuzi. Malo lumps it back through the midfield. Oh, a nice little touch there from Kabuzi, but it's taken away here by Gobu. Gobu trying to play the overlap, and Kamisa, unfortunately for the T-Birds, nowhere near that ball as Smili came out to claim it. And now the Carabins back the other way. Yuan trying to win that ball back as it's protected well by Cohen. Filion rising up, wins that ball back cleanly, tries to play it through for Wanze Jomez. And now it's back in possession of UBC. Forward is Norman. Norman to Kamisa, but that is offside. Max Kamsia in an offside position. And that ball through to the top of the 18-yard box. Filion getting and gaining body position as it switched slowly to the far side of the pitch. Traore lays it off. Here's Malo. Or pardon me, El Kalkouli. And that's through, pawed away. A chance here, Cohen! Irene Cohen pounces on the loose ball in the 18-yard box, pounds it home, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Carabins. Take another look at it here as Omer El Kalkouli played a lovely ball through. It was pawed away right into a glorious rebound opportunity for Cohen as Garner came out to claim it. Couldn't get good contact to it. He'll have to reset himself after that. And Cohen in the perfect place at the perfect time slots it home, and the Carabins fans in attendance just erupted. So now in the 75th minute of the game, the Carabins de Montréal are closer than ever than knocking out the UBC Thunderbird from the championship bracket. Montreal silver medalists last year felt that they might have deserved better in the final, and now lead 2-1 over the reigning champions. First, we'll take this free kick won by the T-Birds. Brendan First out of Calgary, Alberta. Played last for the Vancouver Whitecaps, the U19 division. Had a goal in 14 games through this regular season. Well, lofted into the top of the 6-yard box. Out to claim it is Mili, and he does. Now urging his troops forward, but will waste as much time as he can before playing the long ball up through the middle. Filion tries to head it back. He was defended by La Jeunesse. Appeals for handball from La Jeunesse. He'll get the ball back and plays the far wing. Down to the turf is Joshua Tomei, but Play continues. El Kalkouli brings it back to Cohen, and now pressing forward is Traore. El Kalkouli still on the ball, into the 18-yard box now, still going, and finally has it taken away from him as he hits the deck. Some nice moves through the middle from Luke Norman, and now playing up to the far side. Luke Norman also hit the deck, but he's back up, and in a threatening position here are the Thunderbirds. First, we'll reset with La Jeunesse. Now Kaiser is dispossessed by Traore. Trying to win it back, and he does. First helps him out with that, and First can't lift that through on the far side. A couple bodies goes down. One is Fillon, and he comes up with the ball. And as that gets sorted out, we'll hear from our sponsors.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Welcome back to Varsity Stadium. It's a 2-1 lead for the Carabins de Montréal over the reigning gold medalist UBC Thunderbirds. And the hour is getting late. 77, nearly 78 minutes gone in this contest. Goes past Cohen and out to touch. A long throw and taken. Yuan. And now switching the near side. A lot of room to work with here for the Thunderbirds. Here's Kaiser. Kaiser wrapped up by Juanze Jomez. Gets loose. Still going along the far touchline. And he gets the ball through. But it finds the feet of Fillon. And ranging after it is Thuy, and had a bit of a dust up there with Puhal. To the far side, the T-Birds attacking here to the top. Gobu, a chance. Gobu! A rebound chance is spilled. Bar down, didn't cross the line. Wow! What a chance for Gobu, and the follow-up as well. And somehow it didn't cross. We'll take another look at it here. To the top from Jovan Mann and Gobu. This save is made, but Millie spills it. And then somehow Kamsia finds the woodwork, claims it went over the line. But play continues, and now Montréal in an attacking position here. Thuy through the middle. And that is snuffed out. Jan on it here. Norman has it knocked off his feet. And it's out to touch for the throw-in. Puhal. A long throw-in. Kamsia. Gobu taken down near the 25-yard marker. Nothing called here as Thuy has it. Traore gets it right back and finds Fillon wide open. Fillon getting away from pressure there and plays a nice ball up through the midfield. The loose pass will come to Kalajoglu. And the Thunderbirds back in possession. Gobu looking for a Hail Mary long ball. And it's cleared away from danger by Millie. Kabuzi knocks that forward. Fillon really wrapping up Puhal. And that will be a call against Fillon. Puhal switches the field. Finds the far flank. Jovan Mann with Tome showing short. And Tome has that stripped away from him. Now La Jeunesse tries to put it back into play. Kamsia was waiting at the top of the 18-yard box. Norman. And now Jan, maybe a chance here, but it's knocked away from him by Malo. Put right back in by Kaiser and Filion. And El Kalkouli gets the clear, and now pressing up the pitch is Twee, the lone attacker though for the Carabins. In the midfield, UBC controls with just about 8 minutes remaining in regulation time. Chipped over the top. Jan tries to break loose, and then it's punted away by Wanze Jomez. And we'll hear from our sponsors yet again.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Coming in play number 25, Vincent Godbout. In for number 24, Maxime Filion. Substitution pour les Carabins de Montréal, numéro 24, Maxime Filion, remplacé par numéro
Puhal
25.
off the throw-in, lands in the box. Cohen plays it to the far side, a chance to cross it in here, perhaps, but that's taken away from Tome. And now ranging up the far side of the pitch, the Carabins in hot pursuit of that. As into the game is Vincent Godbout, number 25. Oh. Mealy having to be very sharp there as Kaiser let that shot go. Mealy. A long ball up the pitch, looking to find Vincent Godbout. Sliding tackle there by Cohen, and again pushing that ball forward is Malo. Jovan Mann to the far side. That cross along the deck is knocked away by Malo. And a big pileup right in the midfield.
Substitution for UBC in the play number 27, Marcus Bergevin. For number 3, Joshua Tomei. Substitution pour les Thunderbirds UBC, numéro 27, Marcus Ricavina, remplacé par numéro 3, Joshua Tomei.
So off that free kick, it's knocked forward by Montreal. On the far side, Twee. And now El Haushali into the 18-yard box. A chance here off the woodwork. And now following up just past the post. What a chance for Kalajoglu. And Kalajoglu. Kalajoglu. From the corner flag, a chance to add to the lead. Goes low along the deck. Gobu. Henry Gobu, that is. It's taken down, but ball first. And the Carabins still in possession. Swatted right towards Kaiser, who hits the deck. Turning is Cohen. And that goes off of Henry Gobu. Throw-in goes UBC's way. And Kaiser. Back to Puhal.
Substitution for UBC. Coming into play, number 18, Joshua Njongwe. For number 6.
So into the game for UBC, number 18, Josh Njongwe. Josh Njongwe. And into the game for the Montréal Carabins will be number 9, Adam Ben Moussa. Wenze Jomez off the throw in. Ooh, that looked like a heavy collision between First and Cohen, but both players back up to their feet. Kaiser. A long ball. And onto it is Rukvina. Kaiser. Through the middle of the pitch, gets taken out on the near side. He's still down, but the play continues. Chance here for UBC, but it's taken away, and now Cohen. And Montreal has numbers back up the other way. Gobu pushing through. Gobu, still a chance on his left. Drops it to the top of the 18-yard box and sliding to make a great defensive play. What a play by Brennan First to slide and keep his team in it. But they're only a few minutes removed, however, from full time here as Cohen pushes forward. Cohen up to El Kalkouli. El Kalkouli still going, cuts it back to his left, gets taken down, but look, seemingly trying to find a penalty on that play, so understandably the official didn't blow the whistle. But still, the Carabins will press here on the far flank. El Kalkouli in the middle, and another foul. That looked to be a lot more egregious as Quinton Twee hit the deck. And now UBC back the other way, coming to defend. There's Traore, and he will still have to have his work cut out for him as he battles on the far touchline. Traore gets his foot in the lane, and finally it's punted out by Xavier Malo. Brennan First. Some last-ditch efforts here to tie the game for UBC. Ben Moussa pressuring here as the ball goes between his legs. Ben Moussa. And a battle with Njongwe. As we've hit 90 minutes in this quarterfinal contest. And there will be 4 minutes of time remaining. And the referee moving all the way to the far side to the Montreal bench and issues a yellow card. So unsure what was said, but definitely something must have been said by somebody. So Maxime Filion gets shown a yellow card as he's sitting on the bench. Still Maybe 3.5 minutes to work with here for UBC. A long ball into the 18-yard box. And punted away from danger by Bushamela. Garner. Long ball through. It's going to be all Hail Mary here from now on for UBC. Jovan Mann has that knocked away from him. Norman gets past one on the far side and can't beat the tackle of Traore. It goes down to the turf again to knock it out to touch. Puhal. A long ball near the 6-yard box, and Mealy out to claim it. Excellent goalkeeping from Joachim Mealy, the 5th-year veteran. Puhal. And that was not the first touch that he was looking for at all, as it sails out past the line, and it will be a throw-in for the Montréal Carabins. Lifted forward. Gobu nearly a chance. Vincent Gobu. No relation to Henry Gobu. Here's Norman. Only a few seconds remain here for the UBC Thunderbirds. The ball is loose at the top of the 18-yard box. Kamsia is there. And now Jovan Mann, maybe a chance here as the ball bounces through. And it is cleared. Cohen has it in the hands to the head of Luke Norman, as he knows that that might have been the last chance for them. Puhal on the ball for UBC. Plays it to the far flank. And that throw-in will go the way of the Thunderbirds, and they'll have to take it quickly. They play back. And we'll have perhaps one last rush towards goal. Swung to the top of the box. Onto it now in the midfield, and now here's Kaiser. Kaiser to Luke Norman. Watched by Traore. Now and the ball. Oh, what a save. It's still loose in the 18-yard box. Headed towards the goal. Oh, and just past the post. And a follow-up chance is cleared, and the offside flag is raised. And now some pushing and shoving in the 18-yard box, and the yellow card will come out for sure. As Mealy and Eric Lajeunesse exchange words. What a save off that diving header from Jovan Mann, and then the follow-up. I think Jovan Mann stopped that from going in. Hit off the back of his head. That might have been tracking towards the back of the net. Nonetheless, in the last 10 minutes, UBC have had two glorious opportunities to tie the game. One off the woodwork and one right off the goal line. And still it remains a 2-1 lead for the Carabins. And as the referee looks at his watch, the final whistle sounds. There will be a new champion in 2025. The Carabins de Montreal achieve retribution here as they defeat the reigning gold medalists and the team that defeated them in the gold medal game last year by a score of 2-1. And what a game it was. Came down to the very wire right at the end of it. UBC had as many chances as they could have wanted, especially in a quarterfinal U-Sport playoff game, to tie the game up. One hit off the crossbar. They thought it went over the line. And then in the dying moments of stoppage time, a ball cleared right off the goal line, perhaps by the head of one of the own Thunderbird players. It might have been Jovan Mann. What a contest here this afternoon. And Montreal will move on to the semifinals, while the UBC Thunderbirds will be relegated to the consolation bracket. So the UBC Thunderbirds fall 2-1. And the Montreal Carabins will advance to the semifinal on Friday. We'll have the Nike Player of the Game when you come back on U Sports and CBC.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It is now time to present our Nike Team Players of the Game. Making the presentation today is Pierre Arsenault.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC, and it's time now for the Nike Players of the Game. And we'll join in with the public address announcers here at Varsity Stadium.
Number 28, Marcus Kaiser.
So Marcus Kaiser, the player of the game for the UBC Thunderbirds.
And from the Montreal Carabins, please put your hands together for number 22, Maureen Cohen, the Nike Team Player of the Game.
And Doreen Cohen, the Nike Player of the Game for the Montreal Carabins, scored the game winner in the 74th minute off a rebound in the 18-yard box, and that would stand as the difference maker. So our next game comes your way at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Excuse me, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time when the 5th seed Cape Breton Capers take on the 4th seed Mount Royal Cougars at the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. So on behalf of myself, everybody here on our EC Live crew, thank you for joining us. The final score, 2-1, the Montreal Carabins over the UBC Thunderbirds in this quarterfinal game. You've been watching U Sports on CBC.
U Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Faraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, A par and by BioSteel.